Hello, hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we're doing the third recipe from the Gingerbread Cookie Murder. They're called the Double Chocolate Drop Cookies. We are also doing the chocolate fudge frosting. This is a chill recipe. It has to chill for at least an hour, so no preheating the oven. You're going to want 3/4 softened salted butter, 1½ sticks, 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup sour cream, 1/2 cup of whipping cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 2½ cups all-purpose flour, 2 cups semi-sweet regular chocolate chips. That's about a 12-ounce package. For the fudge frosting, you're going to want another 12-ounce pack of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a 14-ounce can sweetened condensed milk, and 1 pecan half to decorate the top of each cookie. The notes on this recipe are generally don't add all the cocoa powder at once if you don't want a giant chocolate cloud. It says you can eat these cookies just as they are, dust them with powdered sugar to pretty them up, or if you're craving a chocolate overload, frost them with chocolate fudge frosting recipe and decorate them with the pecan half on top of the frosting still soft. With the fudge frosting, it says you can also use something with a Christmas theme to decorate your cookie. I've used red and green M&Ms, a sprinkle of crushed candy canes, or any soft themed candy. If you make these for other holidays, let your imagination run wild in the candy aisle. 2 Christmases ago, Mother took old-fashioned sugar cookies to her cookie exchange. The ladies loved them, but I got calls from every single one of them asking if I'd make sure Dolores brought double chocolate drop cookies topped with chocolate fudge frosting next year. So, with that being said, let's get started. This is everything we need for the cookies and the frosting. Okay, so first thing we're doing is we're taking the butter, the brown sugar, the eggs, and the oil and mixing them all together. Now that we got those in, we're just going to let them mix for a minute or two and get nice and combined. Next in is the cream. Both the whipped and the sour varieties. But those have another tango. Next we have the vanilla, the baking soda, and the salt. The chocolate cocoa powder. Remember to start it very slow in small bursts to keep most of it from clouding. Lastly, we're going to add in the flour, small amounts at a time. Same thing, small bursts. Give it a nice good stir by hand. Try to get off the upper edge. Make sure the bottom is nice and mixed in. One last thing before we pop it in the fridge. We take our chocolate chips and stir them in. And it does say you're going to want to do this by hand. I'm not sure if it's just to make sure they all get incorporated or if it's not melting them. I've heard like the heat or the blending can mush them. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but now I'm just going to pop it in the fridge for an hour or two and I will come back for it later. We have our chilled dough and our parchment lined sheets. This book doesn't give a yield amount. I'm going to estimate 4, but I might need more. We'll see how we end up. Kind of scoop and pop. It's still it's like just soft enough that it's not terrible. This might be one of those doughs cookie recipes where you've got to like water it between just to kind of keep it from sticking a little bit. One set down. I'm just going to scoop up the rest and we'll see how many we get. Oh, okay. So I have finished scooping them. There are 7.5 dozen, so about 90 cookies. I'm going to bake for 9 minutes and then cool for 2 and then be put on a rack. So my cookies are out of the oven, and while they cooled, I put the condensed milk in the last package of chocolate chips into the chocolate melter. And I just kind of kept stirring it until it was smooth. It is very thick and fudgy. In all honesty, if I wasn't trying to keep this towards the book, I probably would add a little bit of coffee or something in this. 1, to thin it a bit, and 2, just because I think chocolate and coffee go together so well. But, so we are ready to ice. It is thick, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to stick on these super soft cookies. It is a little bit of a concern, but take some and soup it up. I don't want to put too much because it does look like a small amount of icing for this many cookies. Because it says to work quick, we're just going to pop one right on and move on. And like I said, these cookies are very soft, almost the consistency of the boxed cookies. I think they're called whoopie cookies or something. Finally done getting them all iced and decorated. That is thick, that is rich, that is fudgy, but it's also really soft and airy. It's definitely a cake cookie, for sure. I definitely feel like the icing could have used that coffee kick. These are really, really good on their own. I do think they're too soft to dip in coffee, but they'd probably go really, really well with coffee. And with that nut on top, oh, they're so good. They're really good. They're really, really rich. So I don't see you eating more than 2 or 3 at a time, which it made a decent amount. It didn't make too many. It didn't make too little. It made a really good batch. So overall, fantastic cookie. It didn't take too long to make. Next week, we will be moving on to chewy coconut cranberry cookies. If you're interested in doing those, interested in seeing those, join us next week.